Good afternoon. The December 7th, Pearl Harbor Day meeting of the Oklahoma City Water Utilities Trust is in order. And first item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the November 16th meeting.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the meeting minutes. Are there comments or questions? Voting, please. Minutes are approved. The next item is the consent docket.
Move approval subject to individual consideration. Second.
A motion and a second to approve the consent docket subject to individual consideration. Are there matters to be discussed separately?
Just a typo here, Mr. Chairman, on project 3B.1 on the discussion of the biddings. The Cimarron Construction Company, several mathematical errors. There's a word probably left out of there, had several mathematical errors. It's just a minor thing, but I came across it. It might be well corrected for the record.
Are there other comments?
Then item 3C4 on the licenses for buying. Are those permanently ours once we buy them?
The licenses, as long as we pay our annual fees, they are ours.
Okay. And so we don't have to worry. We can assign them to anybody in the city's employee.
Anyone that would use SAP, yes.
Okay, good. Thank you.
There's, Mr. Chairman and trustees, there's one thing I would like to bring to your attention on item 3C3 regarding the TAP architecture amendment. The wording on number 2 in the background uses the word boat launch ramp, and in the actual agreement that you may or may not have in your packet that's under Lake Hefner, that is not for a motorized boat ramp, but rather an ingress, egress from the water facility that would prevent erosion while allowing non-motorized sailboats and kayak users to ingress and egress from the water. That's what that's aimed at providing for. It's just the language says boat ramp in the agenda item, but in the actual amendment, it's more detailed.
Other comments on the consent docket? Have a motion and a second to approve the consent docket. If there are no further comments, we'll vote. Ready to vote? Consent docket's approved. Next item is the concurrence docket. Looks like there are 3 items.
Second.
Motion and a second on the concurrence docket. Are there items there to be discussed separately? Hearing none, voting please. Concurrence docket's approved. Next item is item 5, which is the emergency construction contract.
Move approval. Second.
Motion and a second to approve item 5. Other comments? Staff have any comments? All those in favor say, all those voting, please. Item 6, the reports. No, the easement, excuse me.
Move approval. Second.
Motion and a second on the easement that's submitted. Comments, questions? Voting, please. Easements are approved. Next item, item 7. This is the reports.
Move that we receive the report. Second.
Motion and a second to receive the reports. Comments? Hearing none. Voting, please. Reports are received. Next item's item 8. Item to be considered in division. The first one is item 8A. It's an assignment concerning the Atoka pipeline.
Move we approve the assignment.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the assignment. Are there comments? Voting, please. Assignment's approved. Next item is approval of RFP for grazing lease proposals at West Elm Creek.
Move approval.
A motion and a second to approve the grazing leases and advertise for bids. Are there comments? Voting, please. Next item, item C, resolution appropriating the trust funds for purchase of utility equipment items.
Move approval.
Second. Motion and a second to approve item 8C. Comments? Voting, please. 8C is approved. 8D, resolution concerning Vertex U.S. Holdings Rapid Call Center Rapid Diagnostic Assessment Project.
Move the resolution be approved. Second.
A motion and a second to approve item 8D. Are there questions or comments? Voting, please. 8D is approved. 8E, resolution authorizing issuance of bonds.
Move we adopt the resolution. Second.
Motion and a second on item 8E. Are there comments? Voting, please. Issuance of bonds are approved. Item F, joint resolution resetting the presentation from Viola. Comment?
Mr. Chairman and trustees, we've been working feverishly with representatives of Veolia, and Mr. Keith may want to have some comments, but we also have Mr. Ed DeBee from his firm that's here representing Veolia that can provide some additional information. We believe we're near terms, and we think Veolia's representatives believe that they can clean up the documents and have them ready for presentation to us in final form this week. So we're working towards that end. So we'd just like to put it off to the next trust meeting to give us the additional time needed to meet that. That's still a year before the end of the existing term of the current agreement.
Any comments about that? Do we have a motion?
To defer.
To defer.
December 15th.
Also move.
Have a motion and a second to defer this item to December 15th. Voting, please. Matter is deferred. Last item on the regular part of the agenda is approval of an engagement letter with Riley, Carlock, and Applewhite. Do we need executive session?
No, sir. Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the contract. Are there comments, questions? Hearing none, voting, please. Contract's approved. The engagement letter is approved. I guess that's a contract, isn't it? Next item's new business. Is there new business? Comments, trustees?
I have a question relative to the deferral of that other item. It said the 15th of December. Is our meeting not till the 21st?
It's the 21st.
It is the 21st.
It is the 21st.
I'm sorry.
Do we need to redo the item, or?
Need to redo that. Have to rescind it first? Or
Yeah, just a motion to rescind and then a motion to
Yeah.
move it to.
So move it.
Over. Okay. A motion and a second to rescind previous action. Now we have approve it as amended.
Second.
Okay. Thank you. Any other comments from trustees? Staff? Citizens? We're adjourned. Maybe a record.